Hello, everybody. My name is Kent Reitzel. I had the opportunity to do my research paper on the company Adidas. Many of you are probably pretty well familiar with this company or use their products on a daily basis. Um, Today, I wanted to look at their previous sustainability policies, what they currently are working with now, and what some of their future sustainability goals are. Additionally, we're going to analyze some areas in which Adidas has kind of dropped the ball on, and we'll also look at ways in which they can improve their reports and their policies going forward. So, before we get into all the details, I wanted to give you guys a background on Adidas. Um, the company was started in 1949 by Adolf Dassler. This man lived in Germany, and as the company grew, it became pretty significant in Europe. And in fact, now, present day, Adidas is the largest sportswear company in Europe. It is second to Nike in the United States. Um, in the 2018, they did nearly $21.9 billion in revenue. And currently, Adidas maintains a large portion of the athletic footwear department, approximately 22.4%. Um, Adidas itself owns a large range of companies, small and large. They used to own TaylorMade until 2017, and now they currently own companies you probably have heard of as Reebok and Ashworth, um, and they produce obviously their own product for Adidas. So Adidas has had a long-standing list of achievements that it has met over the years. Over the past couple decades, it has done, the company itself has done a lot of wonderful things. In 1989, Adidas became the first global company to ban chlorofluorocarbons for all production manufacturing. In 2017, the End of Life program started, and the End of Life program became the outlet for Adidas to begin getting resources for their partially recycled shoes. It became kind of this local way of obtaining worn out shoes, worn out shirts and shorts, so that they could begin reusing those materials for the new shoes to be created. And in 2019, we had 50% of all polyester used for Adidas's apparel and footwear was recycled polyester. And again, a portion of this was originated from the End of Life program. And in 2018, we had Adidas selling 5 million pairs of shoes from the recycled materials. Now, these recycled materials also originated from the Parley for Oceans Plastic Initiative, which we'll talk about in the future slides. But this is a small number in comparison to the 2019 sales. In 2019, Adidas sold nearly 11 million pairs of these recycled shoes. Adidas's sustainability policy has continuously been evolving, and over the years, it has maintained 6 primary pillars of focus. And as you can see in the image there's two kind of main sections, product and people, and the 6 primary pillars of focus regard to value in water, the concern of clean water to areas that are underserved, and maintaining clean waters in regards to the ocean and waterways. Innovative materials and processes. Now, this is one of the sections that I really honed in on my research, and we'll get to that in a second. Energy conservation is a primary concern of Adidas. And empowering people, inspiring action, and improving health. Those are the other pillars. And so, as I said, my main area of research was innovative materials and processes, and more specifically, it was referring to the use of non-virgin plastics and acquiring those and using those, primarily for the shoes that I was talking about earlier, these partially recycled shoes, and in the future, in 2021, they plan to sell 100% recycled shoes. Additionally, I wanted to address product longevity, as this concern arises with the reuse and reuse of plastics over and over again. So, one of Adidas's primary objectives in their sustainability policies is to utilize secondhand or non-virgin plastic to create their new shoes. And as we've seen, these partially recycled shoes have come from materials from their end-of-life program. In addition to the end-of-life program, the Parlay for the Oceans partnership has also provided plastics. Now, this occurred in 2015, and Parlay for the Oceans is an environmental organization and a global collaboration network. And the main objective of this strategic alliance is to prevent plastic from entering the oceans and using the Parlay Ocean plastic as a replacement to the virgin plastic that had been used in the previous Adidas products. And this provides Adidas with another source of plastic that needs to be removed from the environment, one, and two, can be reused in their new products. And this consists, from milk jugs to water bottles, to crates, to you name it. Anything plastic, they bring it in. Now, additionally, the acquisition of non-virgin plastics requires large quantities of energy and pollution. And we'll talk about this in the next slide, but there is kind of a gap that needs to be addressed by Adidas in their new or upcoming sustainability policies. So as I was saying earlier, there's a gap in Adidas's sustainability policies, and their most recent policies. This gap refers to the undisclosed information regarding carbon emissions that are used in the Parlay for Plastics collaboration. These processes that are undertaken in order to obtain and return these plastics require large quantities of energy and additional pollution. Adidas does not, but I believe they should mention the overall energy consumption per year used in obtaining these non-virgin plastics from distant oceans and waterways. Additionally, this energy expenditure leads to an unnecessary increase in air pollution due to lengthy transportation requirements and a variety of contaminating actions that are necessary to obtain the non-virgin plastics. And although Adidas aspires to become a zero emissions company, an external in-depth analysis was done by Heidi Naskin, a student at Metropolitan University of Applied Sciences, and her report revealed that Adidas is doing some cunning writing schemes in an effort to persuade their readers. And in her report, she stated that Adidas' strategy is to become a zero emissions company, and this was on their green company target list. However, the strategy can be misleading as it focused on Adidas' own production and not its supply chain, which, according to Adidas, applies to only 4% of the entire impact of the company. And so recycling consumes more energy than we realize, and despite these negative aspects, I believe that it is imperative that Adidas addresses their energy consumption and air pollution when composing their next sustainability report and policy. So, an additional concern that arose when conducting my research was product longevity. And Adidas has seen a staggering increase over the past couple of years in its sales, and from 2017 selling 1 million pairs to 5 million in 2018, and in 2019 selling 11 million pairs of these recycled shoes. And when Adidas encourages products that are recycled and encourages recycling overall, there's a possibility for an unnecessary increase in the consumption of products that are recycled. And this process negates the original intent of the company's recycling efforts. Adidas is quick to boast about their increase in sales. However, Adidas does not mention the possibility of a term we know as rebounding effect, or also known as the rebound effect. And the possibility of this influencing increase in product consumption. So this is especially concerning considering the fact that Adidas is estimated to sell nearly 20 million of these shoes in 2020. And Adidas also aims to produce 100% recycled shoes from non-virgin plastics by 2021. Um, and this also brought up another concern, which was the term called downcycling. And uh, despite their efforts, Adidas does not address the possible reduction in plastic quality through the recycling process. Um, the Adidas needs to address the efforts it has taken to maintain plastic quality found within their new recycled shoes. This decrease in quality could have led to the increase in sales of partially recycled shoes over the past couple of years. The decrease in longevity of recycled shoes leads to a false reality that Adidas's shoes are durable when analyzing the yearly sales. However, the downcycling process could be leading to a decrease in a shoe's longevity, and eventually leading to people buying more of their shoes to account for this decrease in quality. And obviously, this, as with the concerns of the rebound effect, is concerning due to the fact that they're going to produce a large quantity of these shoes in the near future. So, looking forward at Adidas's future goals that they have set, in 2021, they plan to make it so that all the shipping materials are made from recycled materials. And as we have discussed, by the end of 2020 this year, they'll have produced nearly 20 million pairs of partially recycled plastic shoes. And this is obviously in part by the Parlay for the Oceans and the End of Life organization. Additionally, they have a bunch of future goals, some of which I was not able to include on the slide. There was just too many of them. But as you can see by the picture on the right, they have goals set for 2024 and 2030 and all the way out to 2050, in which they are wanting to achieve climate neutrality in Germany. Um, Adidas already sources almost all of its electricity from renewable sources. So they have goals set at a pretty far distance. However, they have their goals set for within this year and the next couple of years. And I'd keep your eyes out on the new shoes that are 100% recyclable, as they could be a good product to use. So to wrap this presentation up, I wanted to leave you all with some conclusive thoughts. Adidas' continual drive to push the envelope for sustainability is incredible. Adidas will continue to combat these issues with new technologies and products in the future. Adidas has reached and will continue to surpass its goals to mitigate the effects that it has on the earth. And despite the company's continual efforts to push the envelope in recycled products, there are gaps and flaws in their sustainability policy that need to be addressed. Analysis of sales being influenced by downcycling of plastics and their unintentional encouragement of waste should be conducted and addressed. This may provide consumers with a reality check of Adidas's products and the downfall that these products bring upon the environment. But otherwise, thank you all for listening.